Hey, what's up everyone, DRadicadex here, bringing to you my thoughts and opinions on a game that is just now released on the console, known as Route 96 Mile Zero. And I want to give my thoughts and opinions on this game. I'd just like to clarify that I give a review 1 to 2 weeks to get my full pledged opinion on, and I'll be going through the good shits and the bad shits that Route 96 Mile Zero has to offer. But also before I do begin, there will be massive spoilers on this game and also the sequel to it, regular Route 96. Without further ado, let us begin. Now, Route 96 Mile Zero is a prequel to the game of Route 96. So this game comes first, and then Route 96 comes after. And basically enough, instead of playing as runaway teens, you instead play as two characters. One you may remember, which is Zoe, who suffers from PTSD from what happened from the bombs back in '86, and basically she blames it all on the brigades. And a new face that comes, who is known as Kaito, who is Zoe's best friend, who basically just wants to get the fuck out of there. And basically enough, you just explore around the area and to see things differently. And the results end on what choices you make on either of those characters. Now moving on to the good shits that this game basically has to offer. Now for the good shits in general, there really isn't much good, I would say, about it. Now, without all doubt, like, the graphics and the music of this game, hands down good. But I'll nearly enough get to basically that in a bit. Mostly I say the only thing I find good about this game would more or less be the hangout area. The hangout area is where you can basically do a lot of things there than you can do in the other areas, which again I'll get to later, where you can basically play arcade games, listen to music, or find some collectibles around in other areas and you can add them to your base. Also collect stickers and even graffiti on the wall of anything you want, and I do mean anything, just like you can see on this wall, which you should basically be doing right now, because we're on the road to 200. And that's really all I can say that's good regarding this game, in my humble opinion. So let's now move on to the bad shits. Now for the bad shits in general, I would say for this game, it is hands down short. There is only in much 3 chapters in the whole game. There are only 4 areas that you can go to with both Kaito and Zoe, sadly enough. And basically enough, you can complete this game within basically an hour, or even shorter if you're trying to speedrun it. And sadly enough, I would say there really isn't much to know about Kaito. I mean, if they do make a Route 96 Part 2, I do hope that we get to know a lot about Kaito in that, because really in this game, all we just know is that Kaito lost a friend, and basically he just wants to leave Petria. That's it. That's all we know. And generally enough, along with the skateboarding missions as well, because with Kaito's story part, you really don't do much with him as you do with Zoe, because you can do a lot with Zoe, but little to no much with Kaito. And as I said before, I really am not a big fan of the skateboard level either. It's okay, but it just makes no sense because it doesn't really feel like the original Route 96, even though this is a prequel and not a sequel to the game. So basically that's my opinion in the bad shits in a way. Which brings me to my verdict of this game. And that is this game good? Yes. Should I recommend that you buy it? That's up to you. I'll give you a 50-50. Because even if you are a fan of Route 96 and you want to play the other one, I'd say that you would enjoy it, but it is short. In my humble opinion, this game to me feels more or less like a DLC that gives you nearly enough on why Zoe left in the first place. And hoping in the future we know a little more about Kaito too. It's short, but good. And I would recommend you playing it as well. if you are a fan of Route 96. But that's my opinion. Do you agree with my decisions? Do you disagree with my decisions? Or how else would you basically see this? I would love to hear enough your comments below. Without all being said, if this review was helpful to you in any way, leave a like. If it didn't, then I don't. I'll give a rat's ass. And if you're interested in joining the Rat Kingdom in any way, shape, or form, the link to our Discord server is in the description. With that all being said, I hope you enjoyed, and peace. DX is out.